we just have to say we're sorry.
Yeah, so this was supposed to be on video. In fact, we have it on video.
We're looking at it right now on video.
Yeah, but the problem is that the footage is corrupted, so you won't see it.
No, you will never see it on video. However, be looking forward to it next time, because it didn't work this time. Guess what? We're going to try it again.
Indeed.
We're not going to let this bad news bring us down. We're going to try it again, and next week, guess what? We're probably even going to make it happen.
Mercy.
Mercy's right. Mercy is indeed right.
So, that being said, please do enjoy this week's episode, even though it's not on video. But you're probably listening to it potentially on Spotify. And if you are, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But anyways, thanks for listening.
And here's the audio from the video that you would have seen. Hello.
And welcome
to the Minimum Wage Podcast.
Where even the name is above our pay grade.
Guys, we're outside.
And on camera.
Wouldn't you know it, dude?
Dude, it's wild.
It is wild. Truly, I did not wake up this morning thinking any of this would happen. However, I will go to bed tonight knowing it happened.
Yeah, I expected something like this to happen. I expected to be recording a podcast, but I certainly didn't expect to be here.
Yeah, neither did I. Until about precisely 2 hours ago.
Probably
and I was
less.
like, for me, it was 2 hours ago. For you, it was less.
Me, it was like maybe an hour tops.
I had this thought kind of churning in my brain a little bit.
Was churning.
You know, the weather's starting to feel a little nicer. It's a little more fall-like, you know.
Indeed. As we mentioned on one of our previous podcasts, fall is the best time of year around here. Man, does it feel incredible outside.
It does feel incredible. I've had to mix the wardrobe up, you know. The 5 outfits that I normally have are going away, and I get 5 new ones.
It's crazy.
I get 5, dude.
Then
it's
I
like
keep
I
those 5 new
again.
ones for like 2 or 3 months, and guess what?
Oh my goodness, back to the old ones.
I'm going to get 5 more.
Guess what? Back to the old ones, but they're new again.
Mercy.
It's amazing
it's
how,
crazy
that,
how
works.
that works.
Jinx.
Something like that.
I jinx on the how that works, because you said crazy, I said amazing. Or
Mercy.
the other way around.
I don't know what we said, but we said something.
We said something that was very similar.
Yep.
No matter what, I'm wearing one of the new 5.
Absolutely.
And man, does it feel good, dude.
Indeed.
It feels good to have weather that I am able to wear long sleeves in, especially considering the fact we've still got mosquitoes right here.
Oh yeah, no,
like,
this is wild.
If you see me
there
like,
are a lot of mosquitoes.
You know, looking around, I'm trying to catch those doggone mosquitoes. If you see me,
you know,
slapping here and there, because I got mosquitoes going on.
Mercy.
Man, these mosquitoes are kind of crazy, not gonna lie. We come from a swamp, so...
Yeah, come from down in the bayou.
We come from the bayou.
Mercy.
So it's to be expected that we have a lot of mosquitoes, but it's not something we like.
Exactly.
That's just the bottom line. How are you gonna like having mosquitoes?
It's just not possible. With that said, welcome to episode 10.
Man, welcome.
Yeah. Technically, this is the 11th episode. That you can see.
Yeah, but technically,
technically,
this is like episode 100.
Exactly.
Realistically, we've made so many podcasts that will never see the light of day.
I just smacked one, bro. I just smacked
bro,
that.
I just saw that. Jackie Chan over here. Man.
Wow.
But realistically, we've put in a lot of hours into podcasts that y'all will never see.
Yeah.
But guess what?
We're on video for this one.
We are on video for this one.
It's inherently better.
110% better.
And for a large part, it's better because of those other 90 podcasts that they're never going to see.
Yeah, I would say that too. I would say, obviously how we act on video. You know, that's
right,
who knows, dude.
Mercy.
Who knows what I'm doing right now?
I don't know.
My hands are moving. My hands are moving, and I've got, a head movement to it.
It's wild. It's
Lord
absolutely
knows.
crazy.
Lord knows, bro. But,
Lord knows.
there's definitely more involvement, I will say, than a podcast where you're not on video.
Yeah. Also, can we get these mosquitoes out of here, bro?
Dude, there's nothing we can do.
Next
now,
time,
honestly, I think
they're bug spray.
Yeah, they're zoned in on you right now, though.
Well, yeah, because I got all these big fleshy arms hanging out.
You got big old fleshy arms.
Mercy.
Man, yeah, the only place that they can really get is my hands right now. I guess my hands, my neck, and my face, but I don't think they really go for the face. They go for the neck a little bit. I have seen that before.
I've seen it a lot.
I've seen it before. I would say I've seen it a lot, but I will say I have seen it before.
All right. But yeah, we got some stuff that we need to talk about on this podcast. This is a special episode because, once you reach episode 10...
You actually have a podcast.
Yeah, I feel like reaching episode 10 is when your podcast becomes a real thing.
Yeah, before episode 10, it's in your mind, And, it's out there, but it's not really a podcast. It's just like, something that I did once.
Right.
Once you reach episode 10, it changes from, like, something I did once to, like, an actual something.
Exactly.
It's something I did once to something.
And not only that, this is the podcast that we choose to be on video as well.
Yeah, so it's extra something.
For our first time. It's an extra something for us. But
Yeah.
not only that, there's one more thing. Just like Apple, one more thing.
One more thing.
This podcast is the first podcast that'll be featured on Spotify.
Indeed.
And all future podcasts, unless this plan changes, which it might, will also be on Spotify.
Indeed. So
Yeah.
if you're listening on Spotify,
Welcome.
glad to have
We're
you.
very glad to have you on Spotify.
Yeah, we're very glad to have you no matter where you're listening, but all those Spotify listeners, we know you're new to the pod, and we thank you for joining us.
Indeed. And yeah, I feel like we should take some time this episode to talk about the plans for
Yeah,
our
so
podcast.
as a matter of fact, if you are new to the pod and you have something interesting about you or that you've done, contact us.
Yeah, and we can have you as a guest
Yeah,
on our podcast.
you can.
You too can be a guest on our podcast.
Yeah, we're open to having really... Oh man, these mosquitoes are crazy. But yeah, we're open to having anybody that has some type of experience that we think would be interesting to showcase on the podcast.
Not saying that we will accept everybody.
No, there's no way that
We
we're
are
gonna
open
accept
to
everybody.
having anybody whom we choose.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to be on the podcast, it's not just like you can be on the podcast.
Exactly.
We're definitely gonna be screening you. Like you're not gonna be
Exactly.
being broadcast to our audience until we know you at least a little bit.
Some content that you could bring, and and we
You're
have
saying,
you on.
Yeah, you show us some content. You show us the content, and we might have you on.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
That is the bottom line.
That's the fact of the matter.
Man, there ain't no two ways about it.
Indeed, but yeah. So having guests on, we would like to have a bigger focus in this podcast on having on guests and talking with guests and hearing their stories and their side of just things, and then hopefully having guests that come back, and then we can see how things go.
Yeah, and those of you that are like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought this was just like the Dalen and John, that's the minimum wage podcast. Nah. Our idea from the start of the podcast was to have guests on.
Indeed.
We've just not felt comfortable enough with guests on.
Except for the one.
Except for the one, but that was a special circumstance. And honestly, if it was anybody else, I don't know that I would have felt comfortable having them as like an interviewee.
Right, yeah.
Interviewing the interviewee, dude.
Indeed.
If it was anybody else. But I feel like every time I'm with Ethan or Alto Pablo, I'm interviewing the man already.
Indeed.
I'm always like, Ethan, what are you doing, bro? Because I don't see him often enough these days. So it's always like an interview. Like, what are you doing? What are you up to?
Right.
What you got going on? How? Why? Anyway, now I feel more comfortable. We've done 10 episodes. Okay?
Indeed, yeah.
So
10 episodes already down the drain.
I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel confident that no matter who it is, we could get a good conversation out of them.
Indeed. And if we can't, that's their fault.
That is their fault, dude. Come on. Honestly, a lot of people were bashing Elon Musk. I don't know if you saw this, but like Elon Musk was low-key like horrible on the Joe Rogan podcast. Like he did not speak a whole lot.
No, yeah. I think he should go back.
Yeah, I think he should go back for
I would
sure.
love to see him go back. I mean, he did talk about some interesting topics.
Yeah. Oh,
but he just didn't talk enough.
yeah. I agree with that. And you could see Joe Rogan, like, he was
Joe is
trying his
hard-carrying.
absolute best.
Yeah,
dude.
he was really
He was doing his best.
putting some effort into it.
Yeah. Man. Well, the main thing is, if you have something interesting to share, please share it with us, and we might have you on to share it with everybody else.
Indeed. And if you have been listening to some of our recent episodes, we've been mentioning some of our other content that is going to be coming soon. And I can tell you that progress is being made. We are coming closer and closer to being able to push out some top-tier content.
Top-tier content.
Hey, nothing but the best content.
Nothing but the best content for our audience. For the audience, nothing but the best content.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So that is coming soon. Still don't have a date for that yet. When we do, expect to see that on the Instagram. As a matter of fact, on the Instagram, you'll probably see some stuff about this podcast before it gets posted. Imagine that.
As a matter of fact, you might very well.
Indeed. And you might see something, well, I was going to say you might see something very soon, but that doesn't matter to them.
Yeah.
It's us right now, but they're not going to hear this yet. They're going to already have seen it if they did see it. And by the way, if you don't follow our Instagram, be sure to check it out at the Minimum Wage Pod on Instagram.
Please do. That's where we inform you with everything that's going on.
Indeed. But recently there hasn't been a lot of informing, and that's because there's been a lot that was going on, but not a lot of podcast stuff that was going on.
Yeah, but now, guess what?
Mercy. There's going to be a lot going on.
There's going to be a lot going on, but what I was really going for is, guess what? We're done with midterms.
I'm not. Anyways.
No! What do you have left?
I got a calc test tomorrow, and I got my American government midterm Monday.
Really?
Or anytime next week. It's up to me whenever I take it.
Okay.
And then, yeah, that's it.
Dang, man. Yeah, so last week I had been super stocked up with midterm prep and midterms themselves, like taking the tests.
Right.
And then this week, this is Wednesday that we're filming, I had 2 midterms yesterday. Or really, a midterm and then just a test.
Mercy.
On Tuesday. Yesterday. I think, for the most part, midterms went pretty well.
Yeah, well, cool.
Yeah. How do you think they're about to go for you? How have they gone so far, and how do you think they're about to go for you?
Well, I haven't had any, unless you count my history one, which went rather poorly. Very poorly, rather.
Very poorly, rather. No, why?
Very poorly. Just because the class is just not it.
Really?
Yeah, it's got a real lazy teacher who doesn't even teach.
Ooh,
yeah.
That is tough.
But I feel like the calculus one shouldn't be that. Goodness gracious, man, these mosquitoes
are getting wild.
Outrageous.
They are getting wild. They're out and proud, dude.
And for the American government one, I don't think I'll actually have that much of a problem because half the stuff I already know.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Is that one mostly like memorization?
I mean, yeah, it's just like, how does the American government work? And you know,
yeah,
I kind of already know how it works. So
yeah, I took a course that was similar to that. I think it was literally called American Government, and literally almost all of it was like memorization stuff. Like I could make a Quizlet for it and then be completely fine.
Pretty much.
It's just a bunch of terms.
Yep.
And also one thing for that one.
Terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions.
Mercy.
Are you allowed to use your notes or anything like that?
I don't know, but I mean, whether or not it says I can, I might.
Wait, it's online?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah, mercy.
Yeah, mine was online. I was allowed to use my notes and everything, so I took full advantage.
As you should.
And yeah, as I should, and I made like probably a 95 in the class, something like that.
Love to hear it.
Yeah.
That is certainly acceptable.
Yeah, very acceptable for that, for sure. Also, the fact that in college, it doesn't matter what grade you actually get.
No, yeah,
it's cumulative. Well, it's not cumulative. That's not the right word. It doesn't matter what grade you get because all of the grades are like, basically an A is, 4.0. It's out of 4 scale.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get an A, that means the same thing if it's a 92 or if it's a 99.
Indeed.
Look at that, a disc just flew in here.
Indeed.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's also wild how there was like that whole thing,
Yeah.
Anyways, with that said, what else is there to talk about?
Oh man, dude, there's a lot. Really, the question is, what you got coming up on your schedule, man?
On my schedule, dude? I mean, not too much. Aside from, I gotta go to school. Next week, there is our fall pause, which we talked about in our last episode.
Yes, for the
unfortunate
victims of suicide
circumstances.
Are they called victims of suicide? Wait, if you commit suicide, are you a victim of suicide?
I guess so.
Okay, yeah, you are a victim.
Yeah.
You are, but you're also the perpetrator.
You are.
You're the victim and the perpetrator.
You are
dude.
a victim of your own hand.
There you go.
Mercy.
That is kind of wild.
Indeed.
Yeah, but.
Anyways.
Yeah, thank God for fall pause.
Yeah, mercy.
What day is that?
Isn't it next Wednesday? Or is it next Thursday? It's one of the two of those.
It's just one day we don't have school?
I think so. It's just a 1 day pause.
Dang, I thought it was like a Friday and then we had
It might be Wednesday and Thursday.
2 days.
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Don't quote me on that. I'll have to fact check it.
All right.
Marcy.
Main thing is we're getting a couple days off.
Indeed. These mosquitoes.
And realistically, I don't see why we shouldn't be able to get a couple days off.
Honestly.
We just finished up our tests. You know, you still have your tests, but at that point, you'll have finished them up, right?
Exactly.
So everyone's done with their midterms. Dang it, man. These mosquitoes. Everyone's done with their midterms. They can just relax, man.
Yeah.
They should be able to have a little bit of time to just relax. For me, I'm going to be able to get caught up and even ahead on some things on those days.
Indeed.
And that's really the goal, dude.
Bro, I think people need to like work on interacting with other people more.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Because like there are so many people in my classes who don't talk to anyone. And it's like, bro, you gotta talk to somebody.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you this on the pod or if we were just talking about this, but you can legitimately tell when people have been on TikTok too much. It literally steals their ability to interact with people. And it's not like, I mean, well, it might happen from like Instagram Reels or whatever, like YouTube Shorts, whatever the format is for TikTok. It's just all TikTok, you know, pretty much. It's just
that type
scrolling
of video.
through,
Right.
you know, very short videos, just a very quick hit of dopamine.
Which
People,
is quite hooking.
yeah, you can tell if people are addicted to that, dude. Their interaction, socially, they are at a 5 when they should be at a 10 at all times.
Well, I don't know if it's possible for all people to be at a 10 at all times.
I'm not saying 10 is the top of the scale.
Oh.
I'm just saying they should be at a 10, they're at a 5.
What's the top of the scale?
They're halfway where they should be. The top of the scale, I couldn't even tell you, dude.
Mercy.
I would say it's endless, but
all right, well,
they're
has to be at least a 10.
There you go, yeah. They're half of what they should be.
Mercy. Yeah, I've definitely noticed that it was some people. Some people are like a 1, you know.
So yeah, there you go. They are on TikTok way too much, dude.
Some people just cannot interact.
Yeah.
Which happens to like everyone at times, but always, every day for months. That's crazy.
Those people
man.
that act like they're scared when you say hello to them.
Mercy.
It's like, man, dude, how are you gonna be able to get a job? That's legit what I think these days. I'm like, if you can't talk to somebody who's like actually friendly and wants to just like say hello, you know, ask you how your day's going or whatever, then how are you gonna get a job when they're actually like grilling you? You know, they want to see what you're made of.
Nothing.
If you ain't made of nothing.
Yeah, you ain't made of nothing.
They see what you're made of and you ain't made of nothing. There's no way you're getting a job,
No
dude.
mercy.
Bottom line right there.
That's the fact of the matter.
That is the fact of the matter. But it's sad to me, dude.
Yeah,
Because you fast forward. I've done this so many times, dude. If you watch, you can make a compilation of how many times I say you fast forward when I mean to say you reverse.
Oh?
And that's not even the right word either. What is the word for like, there's fast forward and then there's fast backward. I don't know. What is the backward one?
I mean, I don't think that there's a fast backward, is there? I mean, it's just
back up.
Back it up, unwind.
Unwind, yeah, no. I don't remember what the hell I was even saying now.
Maybe it's rewind, who knows? Mercy.
Rewind is what I was looking for.
Rewind.
Well,
I don't know what we was going to rewind, so let's
I don't know what we was going to rewind, so let's square back.
Let's go ahead and square back. I was going to say, let's just square back.
Square back.
Man, we think the same things too much.
Man.
It happens what happens.
That's a good sign.
I mean, I reckon.
When we're on the same wavelength, when we're trying to make a podcast, dude, that just makes both of our lives so much easier.
True.
We don't have to be constantly trying to make signals, because we just get it.
Indeed. Although, dude, these mosquitoes are making it difficult to do
crazy.
anything. You know, but
I can't keep a train of thought when I'm getting bit by a mosquito, like 24/7.
When I'm getting constly accosted.
Barraged.
What in the vocabulary class?
Wait, for real, dude.
That boy got a thesaurus.
That boy got a thesaurus.
Mercy.
That boy got a thesaurus in his head, boy.
I tell you what.
Well, I tell you what, that boy running word 1998.
But yeah, we really just kind of like glossed over the fact that we are out here in nature. Like, is there anything else to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you follow me on Instagram, you know where we're at right now.
Yeah, and if you watch our channel and the Instagram, you'll know a little bit more about the place that we're at. Because there will definitely be a lot more content being made here.
Yeah.
In this place that we are in.
I mean, needless to say, you can already see from this frame, it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful place. And now that it's fall, it's going to be even more beautiful.
Indeed. And needless to say, you know, recently we've been talking a lot about content that will be coming. And that's, you know, coming down the line. And maybe, you know, you're sitting there thinking, when's that stuff coming? Well, while we don't have a date, you know. And to be honest, I don't even have a rough time estimate because life's crazy. Just know that it is coming because, I mean, if you look at this, we're on Spotify, we're on video.
Yeah.
Stuff's happening, you know?
Stuff is happening. So don't be disheartened by the fact that everything hasn't happened yet.
Exactly.
Take solace in the fact that some things are happening.
Can't rush art.
Cannot rush art and can't rush perfection.
Exactly.
It might be the minimum wage podcast, but it's maximum perfection.
Mercy.
Mercy.
Love to see it.
Mercy. And that's really, we started out talking about how many podcasts will never see the light of day. We're perfectionists, and that's part of the reason why there's so many podcasts that will never see the light of day. But if you're watching this, it means we liked it enough to want to show it to y'all.
Yeah.
So, and if you're watching this too, it means you like this enough to want to watch it.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching. And while you're at it, you know, you might want to go ahead and drop us a like if you don't mind. Maybe subscribe if you're on our YouTube. What can you do on Spotify? Is there anything that you can do on Spotify?
You can follow us, I think.
Yeah, follow us on Spotify.
Follow us on Spotify and like the podcast.
And if you're on YouTube, you can drop a comment. What should the people comment about aside from reaching out to us if they would like to be on the podcast?
Yeah. Let us know if you like us out in nature or if you want to see us inside the shed.
Yeah, or if you would like to just see us in different places.
Yeah.
You know?
Because we could definitely take this show on the road.
Yeah, I mean, this that we have, you know, going on here is pretty portable, if I do say so myself.
The setup is rather portable.
This place here is pretty nice looking.
Yeah, it is pretty gorgeous. When I saw these, I didn't even see them when we walked up. These benches right underneath this beautiful tree. I was looking around, I was like, man, this place is gorgeous. This has got to be a place. And I was over there like 50 feet that way, like just looking at a bench, and I was
by the way,
man, this looks
make
great.
sure you're talking like this way because these are the microphones down here.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, so I was looking like 50 feet that way. Now I don't even know where to look. I was looking like 50 feet that way.
I guess at me, you know, this is how it's...
Okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter which way. They don't know.
What?
They don't know what way I was looking. So I could just say I was looking... Well, now they do.
Well, earlier. I don't know. This is wild.
I don't know, doggone it.
This way, that way. He was looking some way, but wherever it was, he wasn't looking
some
here.
which way, but it wasn't right here. And young man John said, hey, look over there. I said, what?
And doggone it, man looked over here.
I looked over here, and guess what? We're here now because I looked over here.
Maybe they'll even have an Instagram post of the both of us here.
It's very possible,
As a matter of fact, you've probably already seen that.
Yeah.
As long as you are checking out our Instagram, you know.
Which, please do.
Yeah, please do.
That's where you'll be informed.
Indeed. But yeah,
man, without further ado, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. This is not a long episode. It wasn't intended to be a long episode. The bottom line of this episode is...
Trial run. Guinea pig.
Yeah,
episode
we're on video.
10.
This is episode 10.
We've doggone made it.
We're on Spotify. And we're about to be cranking out a bunch more content.
Yeah.
And they should be looking for that content on our Instagram and on our YouTube.
Y'all better stay strapped up. Y'all better have that seatbelt.
Needless to say,
baby.
Y'all need to get ready because there's some crazy stuff coming.
For real, dude. With that being said,
this has been
the Minimum Wage Podcast.
Where even the name is above our pay grade. Peace.